Hi everyone, welcome to my very first RetroX mini guide. We're going to start at the beginning and we're going to start with installation. So basically how to get RetroX on your device, tablet, phone, TV box, whatever it might be. Start with the basics. So what I've got in front of me, I've got two machines running two different types of Android. And the reason we need that is just because there's two slightly different methods depending on which version you're using. So the one on the left here is Android TV OS, so it's a variation of Android that's designed specifically to run on TVs and large screens, used with a physical remote or TV type remote. A good example of that is the NVIDIA Shield. And then behind that, the pinky coloured one is just a standard Android. So obviously Android tends to look different depending on the manufacturer, and they customise it, but it's under the hood. It's the same version of Android that you get on your phone, your tablet, and obviously some TV boxes as well. And the reason that affects us today is, as you'll notice, they both have the Play Store, although it's a different version of the Play Store for tvOS compared to normal. So there's going to be some applications that aren't available on either store. So we're going to use a store on tvOS, basically because as standard, the tvOS doesn't support browser, and that's the method we're going to use on standard Android. So we're going to use an app on the App Store. Like I say, it's only available on tvOS. So I'll jump straight into the store. I'll just come up to the search and I'll type in downloader. Also put all this in the description. It should be the first one that comes up by AFTVNEWS.xom. Click on install there. It's pretty small, so it shouldn't take too long. And there we go. We don't want to open it just yet. We want to come back out of the store. And what we need to do first is just give permissions to install applications. So we go into settings. We come down here to device preferences, and then we've got security and restrictions. So in here you've got an option for unknown sources. It's basically, by default, Android expects you to install stuff in the Play Store, and this is just saying I want to allow this downloader app, to install from outside the Play Store. It's just for security reasons, to stop nasty stuff getting installed without you knowing. So we need to turn it on for downloader. So now we can back out of here, now go into apps and launch downloader. Obviously the screen's slightly small in here, but basically what this message is saying is that it needs access to your local storage. So you have to allow this, obviously, otherwise it won't be able to download anything at all. Get a quick start guide here, we don't need that, we'll just click OK. There's a couple of different options down here, but the standard option in here is just to type in the link to the APK. So the APK is the format that applications are packaged for Android. You may have heard this before. So in the description you'll have two links. One is for the public version of RetroX, which is, as it says, it's a standard public version everyone gets. The other one is the beta version, and you can choose to use the beta version, so you get new releases, new features first. But obviously they're sort of initial releases. There could be little bugs, could be issues that need ironed out. So you'll get them first, and you can help test and feedback via either the Facebook group or via Discord to say if you had any issues. If it's all good, then normally within a couple of days they get pushed to public. Now here I'm going to use beta purely because I have to type it in and it's a bit shorter. So I can type and talk at the same time, probably not. Like I say, I don't want to sort of pause and skip on the video like some people do. I want everything in real time so you can see how long it takes and how straightforward it is. So that's the URL typed in here. And then we just go across to go. And should be connected in, it should download now. Obviously everything's going to be a little bit slower on here because it's the virtual machine running on my Windows machine. So, but it should be good enough for what we're doing. So what we're going to do there, well, as I say, because we given it permissions already, it goes straight into the install. So we say, yep, install please. The other thing I should mention really is we're doing it this method because at the present time RetroX isn't on the Play Store. I think for various reasons, Google make it quite difficult. You have to jump through several hoops to get stuff on there, and they can change the rules as and when they wish. So I think the developers just chosen to say, come to the website, come to RetroX.tv and download it. So you can do that manually. You can visit the website if you want to do this on a PC. You could go to the RetroX.tv website, go to download the APK, copy it to USB stick, put it into your Android box, install it that way. But this is really for people, if you don't have a PC, you've just got your Android box, an internet connection. This is how you can do it. So that's downloaded now. So we've finished with the downloader. Hit back twice to escape. So now what we'll find is we escape out of here again, go back into apps. Let's go down to games, and we've got RetroX. So I will launch it here quickly, just to give an idea of what the first launch looks like. So, as you know, with RetroX, you need an account to license it, to activate it. You can get it for free. I think for 5 days. Limits the number of games you can add in, but it's fully functional for 5 days, just so you can try it out. After that, you can then just simply buy an activation code rather than have to uninstall and reinstall. You just buy an activation code to unlock it all for you. So when you log in the account, this is saying that it can have a look at your, find out what your Google account is if that's what you've used, and it can use that method. So, but I'm just going to cancel that and just type it in manually because I know what mine is. Typing in here, but I will also blank this out. So just OK, and then next. If I can get it right first time. Let's see. Go to sign in. So activating this device. I think normally you get about 6 devices that you can register, so you can have multiple devices at one time. I've got slightly more, as you can see there, because I help out a lot of the testing. So I, installing virtual machines like I have here and other bits and pieces. So yeah, you can see I've got a number here. So yeah, I know that's one of my older phones, so I can actually replace that. So remove that and deactivate that, and then activate this one. So the next step, it just asks you, a bit like the downloader app did, wants permissions to your local storage, so it can scan for your games and download artwork and basically install itself. So say yes, and there it is, that asking same kind of things as before. Just hit allow, and now we'll just do finish off the install, unload some files, and then this part here is downloading save states. So you playing your devices, you can sync save states between machines. So you can play on one, stop, and then carry on another. So if you play on your phone, stop and then carry on the tablet or carry on TV box, and it syncs your save states between them. But that'll be a separate video. We'll come on to that. Now that's just downloading information on the various systems it supports. So you can see it's 36 different systems, or different either retro consoles or computers or arcade systems. So 36 is a good number. I think it covers all the most popular systems pretty much. So obviously its first install is just downloading the data on each one, the information of the games, and then it'll try and do a quick scan. And now, welcome to RetroX. Next step is to add some games. So we won't do that right now. That will be again another quick video because there's a couple of different methods you can do to add games. So I'll just escape out that. So you can see here, you've got a blank screen. I think normally it does look slightly different to this. I think it's because in the virtual machine. What I'll do, I'll pop in a quick screenshot so we can see that. But that is RetroX installed. No games to show, so it's pretty blank. I hit the back button to bring up the menu, and then from here you can click. And if you had these games installed, you can say, okay, yep, show me all my PlayStation games. It's found at the moment, but we'll sort that out. So that's basically RetroX installed, up and running. Next step is add some games. We'll come on to that. So what I'll quickly do is close it now on here. And then I flick to the other Android, which is now gone to sleep, helpful. So, like I said, this is the standard version of Android, this one that you get on your phone, your tablet. Some TV device boxes that aren't normally set up for TV, they're kind of the normal version but tweaked a bit. Whereas if you get the Android TV OS, it's specifically made for TV. So anyway, like I say, the method on here is slightly different. That downloader app is not available on this Play Store, unfortunately, so we can't use that here. So what we need to do, when the machine wakes up a little bit, so okay, machine started to wake up. Here we go. Right, so like I said, we can't use the method on the Play Store, so we'll use a browser. You'll find most Android devices come with a browser already, either be Chrome or some kind of browser built in. If you don't, just visit the Play Store, search for Chrome, and then you can install it. So we'll quickly show that. So you go to the Play Store, just have a search in here for Chrome. There you go. First hit. Obviously mine says open because it's installed, but you know, that's what you want. So the first step is very similar to the other one. We're going to go into settings and just allow Chrome permissions. Also, like I say, stock Android can look different depending on what device you've got. The manufacturer device can often customize the kind of the interface for Android, but under the hood it's pretty much the same. And obviously there's very different versions of Android. Obviously there's version, I think RetroX supports version 4 upwards, and I think like what, version 12 now. So this might be in a slightly different area, slightly different menu to do the security. So what we'll just do, one way to get around that is go into the search and do source. Well, it might be. We go unknown. So under apps and notifications, special app access. So very different to where it was under that one. So install unknown apps. So Chrome, we want to allow. You'll find with older versions of Android, there'll be a single switch that says basically yes or no for all apps. Whereas newer versions like this, you see, you can pick the individual app. Oh, clicked on the wrong button there, sorry. Go back. Okay, turn it on. Okay, so now that's allowed. So the process is very similar. I'll go back to the home page and we'll launch Chrome. Eventually we'll launch Chrome. Like I say, it's a little bit slow running on the virtual machine on the PC. The tvOS version seems a bit quicker actually. This one isn't. Okay, so we have Chrome open now. So we're going to do pretty much the same as what we did before, except in Chrome rather than in download. So we're going to type that URL again. So AFTV. So exactly the same as before. So obviously, yeah, this is the first time I've run Chrome, so it's going to ask for permissions to my storage. Yep. So downloading file, you click on details and see the progress. But it is pretty quick. Yeah, for what RetroX is, it's a very small download. Obviously, emulators come down on top, artwork comes down on top. But the main bulk of the program, less than 20 meg. It's pretty good. And there you go. So we should be able to click open. And because we gave it permissions up front, to install from unknown sources. Yep. There you go. Do you want to install? Yep. Install, please. And app installed. Okay, click done. You could click open from there, but it's going to hit done. That will disappear. Like I say, this should be very a lot quicker on your devices. This virtual machine is a little bit slow, but it serves a purpose. So if we click down here and go into the main app drawer, we've now got RetroX. So I will click on it. It'll be exactly the same as it was in the other machine, which you see I've turned off to try and speed it up a bit. And there we go. So maybe just for fun, I'll go through it again. Same thing. You want to look at your contacts to try and find your Google address. You can either allow that or not. It's up to you. So now type in. I think actually the display is a bit better on this one, so it's probably a good idea to put it on here, just so you can see what it looks like. That one. And again, I'll get the warning that I've got too many devices. Mucking about too much. Let's go for that one. And again, once it's going to grant permissions, as you can see, it's the same message, but obviously looks different on this version of Android. It may well look slightly different on your version of Android, depending on what you've got. I think this is version 9 running on here. So now we're going to go through, and it's going to download all my save states again. The other one was slightly quicker because I had actually installed RetroX in there just before the video, just to test it, make sure it was working, then uninstalled, but it obviously kept my save games behind, so it's a lot quicker. So this is going to take a few minutes. So what I might just do here is I'm not going to pause the video and then come back and say ta-da, it's done. I'll probably just speed it up and fast forward it. And there we go. Finally get into the last bit. Yeah, as you can see, I got quite a few save games there, so it took a little while to download all those, but I wanted, like I say, I want to see the whole process. I want to kind of skip ahead and miss stuff. So obviously this is it's a one-time thing. When you do the first install, you have to do this. It obviously depends how many save states you got. So it's just finishing up now, like I did before on the other box. Fetching the data for various systems, and then again does that quick scan. And I'm going to say nope, we're not at that moment. So like I say, this is how it should have looked on the other box. For some reason you just saw the middle bit. I think obviously the screen size was chopping it off. So this is how it looks when you've first installed it, first up and running, no games installed. You've got the option here to pick your different system that you want to view. Obviously we've got no games in here, so and there's other options in the menu which I'll go into. You can only show systems that you've got game for, don't show the whole lot, all that kind of stuff. So that's it pretty much. And then to exit, it's just obviously hit the back and say yep, close. And that's it, you're done. That is RetroX installed, up and running. Now probably the next steps, there's going to be some more mini guides coming around, adding games, adding artwork, all those cool little features that you may or may not know about. Same background, same shaders, it all sounds fairly advanced, but I think the whole ethos behind RetroX is to make it as simple as possible. Yes, you've got other front end, you've got things like RetroX, which is a multi emulator / front end, but that's for those people that want to set it up exactly how they want it, going through all the config. Whereas RetroX is just add your games and away you go. You'll see in the other videos, with the emulators, for example, you add a game, first time you play it, if it hasn't got the emulator, it'll go and download it, pre-configured, you don't have to do anything, it's all within the app, clicks download, downloads, installs, and then you're playing the game. and then from that point on you just click again and off you go. And so yeah, again, that's a one-time thing, and it's all pre-configured. So, but like I say, we'll come on to that. I don't want to go too far to it now. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. It really helped me. Obviously, at the moment, the channel's not monetized, so I'm not making any money out of it. It's just, you know, giving that encouragement that people want me to make more videos. So yeah, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Catch you soon.